Greg Biffle raced for 16 years in NASCAR, winning 19 races and earning $75 million in prize money. Named one of NASCAR's 75 greatest drivers in 2023, he finished in the top 10 consistently for a decade. But his most meaningful impact came long after his full-time driving career ended. Biffle, who died Thursday along with 6 others in a plane crash, became an unexpected hero following Hurricane Helene's devastation in 2024. Flying his helicopter into and out of hurricane-ravaged areas of North Carolina, he ferried emergency supplies to isolated communities and rescued survivors from the storm zone. It started with one family of tourists stranded in Banner Elk. Once he took to the skies and witnessed the carnage left by the hurricane, Biffle found a sudden calling. He flew multiple missions daily for nearly 2 weeks, driven partly by thousands of social media messages from people pleading for help finding loved ones. The destruction was incomprehensible. Roads, embankments, bridges had simply disappeared, washed away by catastrophic flooding. He saw people walking with backpacks through canyons, desperately seeking help with no infrastructure remaining. Leaving from the same Statesville airport where his plane crashed Thursday morning, Biffle ran dozens of rescue missions into the mountains around Asheville. Washed-out roads had left many small towns completely isolated, cut off from the outside world, and reachable only by air. He dropped off food, diapers, and Starlink satellite connections while evacuating those who needed extraction. Speaking with NASCAR in October 2024, Biffle explained that even as roads began reopening, the mission continued. Grocery stores were wiped out, gas stations had no fuel, and power remained out in many areas. People couldn't simply drive around looking for supplies because they'd run out of gas and become stranded themselves. His example inspired NASCAR's tight-knit community to undertake other charitable efforts. Cup champions Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski offered support, equipment, and logistical assistance. Charlotte Motor Speedway organized charity drives collecting needed items. Jeff Gordon, the NASCAR Hall of Famer, expressed tremendous respect for Biffle as a driver, recalling countless tough battles they shared on track. Like so many others, Gordon was inspired by Biffle's tireless relief work during Hurricane Helene. Biffle worked from sunrise to sunset, flying until darkness forced him to stop. The hardest part wasn't the physical exhaustion. At night, after landing in the dark because he couldn't fly anymore, his mind wouldn't shut off. He'd sit at his counter scrolling through his phone, overwhelmed while planning the next day's missions. After flying dozens of Helene missions, Biffle eventually transitioned to ground support, but occasionally returned to the mountains. This past spring, he dropped 4,000 Easter eggs to bring joy to communities still recovering. His racing career included victories at legendary NASCAR tracks like Daytona, Pocono, and Darlington. Those wins earned him fame, fortune, and a place among the sport's greatest drivers. But his greatest victories came in the remote hills and narrow canyons of western North Carolina, where he saved lives without cameras, without sponsorship logos, without prize money. NASCAR celebrates speed, competition, and championship glory. Biffle achieved all of that during his driving years. But when Hurricane Helene struck, he showed that true heroism has nothing to do with crossing finish lines first. It's about showing up when people need help most, flying into danger repeatedly because strangers are suffering. Those families he rescued will never forget him. Those communities he supplied will forever remember his helicopter arriving with hope. His legacy extends far beyond racing statistics.